Platelets, also called thrombocytes, are a component of blood whose function is to react to bleeding from blood vessel injury by clumping, thereby initiating a blood clot. Platelets have no cell nucleus, they are fragments of cytoplasm that are derived from the megakaryocytes of the bone marrow, and then enter the circulation. Circulating unactivated platelets are biconvex discoid structures, 2 to 3 micrometers in greatest diameter. Platelets are found only in mammals, whereas in other animals thrombocytes circulate as intact mononuclear cells. On a stained blood smear, platelets appear as dark purple spots, about 20% the diameter of red blood cells. The smear is used to examine platelets for size, shape, qualitative number, and clumping. The ratio of platelets to red blood cells in a healthy adult ranges from 1:10 to 1:20. The main function of platelets is to contribute to hemostasis, the process of stopping bleeding at the site of interrupted endothelium. They gather at the site, and unless the interruption is physically too large, they plug the hole. First, platelets attach to substances outside the interrupted endothelium, adhesion. Second, they change shape, turn on receptors and secrete chemical messengers, activation. Third, they connect to each other through receptor bridges, aggregation. Formation of this platelet plug is associated with activation of the coagulation cascade with resultant fibrin deposition and linking. These processes may overlap. The spectrum is from a predominantly platelet plug, or white clot, to a predominantly fibrin clot, or red clot, or the more typical mixture. The final result is the clot. Some would add the subsequent clot retraction and platelet inhibition as fourth and fifth steps to the completion of the process, and still others a sixth step: wound repair. Low platelet concentration is thrombocytopenia and is due to either decreased production or increased destruction. Elevated platelet concentration is thrombocytosis and is either congenital, reactive, or due to unregulated production, one of the myeloproliferative neoplasms or certain other myeloid neoplasms. A disorder of platelet function is a thrombocytopathy. Normal platelets can respond to an abnormality on the vessel wall rather than to hemorrhage, resulting in inappropriate platelet adhesion, activation and thrombosis, the formation of a clot within an intact vessel. This type of thrombosis arises by mechanisms different than those of a normal clot, namely, extending the fibrin clot of venous thrombosis, extending an unstable or ruptured arterial plaque, causing arterial thrombosis, and microcirculatory thrombosis. An arterial thrombus may partially obstruct blood flow, causing downstream ischemia, or may completely obstruct it, causing downstream tissue death.